And welcome back to the Off the Clock show with Shawn Gervais from OrbisX and Mr. Marshall Hill from hyperClean Products and the Pints and Polishing Podcast. All right, we are back after a week of absence. I was at a beach playing volleyball. Really felt my age after that. Not gonna joke. I killed it though. But yeah, we were playing volleyball. We went to this place. Can't remember the name. It's on the Quebec side. Some French name, Saint Utech or something. Anyway, there was like 4,000 people outside on this huge beach, and there's a river you can swim in and stuff. It was really fun, but I played volleyball the whole day and didn't remember that I'm not 20 anymore. And so the next day, I tell you, even now, like a couple days later, my arms are still hurting. Like you hit a volleyball enough times, and
I mean, are your upper thighs hurting from the sunburns? Because I mean, volleyball,
No.
you had to wear a Speedo, right? Like it's what you wore. So did you put enough? You put enough sunscreen on your upper thighs?
Because I put on that what is it, the banana club or whatever, the lotion. No, it's funny because I actually do own a Speedo. It's a European cut, but it's only brought out special occasions. So it's surprisingly more comfortable, to be honest. But the rest of the players, they weren't wearing one, so I thought that yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Makes
So
sense.
we're planning. We're in the midst. If we can ever get the immigration stuff finalized, found out today we got to go get more shots, but eventually we'll get it done. And we're talking about how we'll get over to Brazil and do some stuff there. And when we were on vacation, we did it. We were at the beach.
Nice.
I did not play volleyball. I did not wear a Speedo, but we talked about the Speedos that we'll have to wear in Brazil, because pretty much that's what everybody wears. And so that was a big eye opener for my brother-in-law and for me. And I got a little nephew that's like 13, I don't know if you're going to get these old white fat guys.
The advantage is the women also wear different bikinis there as well. Right.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
My wife wears them and I love it. Makes the other women around uncomfortable, and I don't look at the dudes that are staring. I just stay focused on my wife.
Eye on the prize, 100%.
Eye on the prize. But yeah, she wears these little tiny Brazilian bikinis, and it's lovely.
I'm the same way. Yeah, it's heaven, So yeah. We're part of the
Every time she walked down to the water, I just went, oh, that's amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the water and the beach. That's beautiful too. But then when you focus it on that, that's awesome.
Hey, if you want to just keep walking back and forth,
back and forth. Yeah. Do circles, You'd be like, remember Austin Powers, that movie where he was like, making me Randy. Oh man, too funny.
Did you have anything good to eat while you were at the beach?
Not at the beach. Well, yeah, at the beach. Yeah, we grilled up some chicken, stuff like that. But it was the after dinner that was amazing. But I'll tell you about that in a second, because you had put me on to some meat that is absolutely incredible. But at the beach, we were surprised actually that there were full groups of people that came, and at first we thought they were joking. They're like, how much is it for the chicken or whatever, And I was like, ha, $3 a piece, making a joke. But they ended up being serious because they didn't bring any food. And I have no idea why a whole group of like 20 plus people would go to the beach all day long and not bring food. But they did. So anyways, we let them use our barbecue when we were done. But yeah, we came fully set up. We brought our own tables, everything. There was, picnic tables there and stuff, but we brought our own full setup. And so my wife had seasoned up some chicken the night before. Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah, we didn't do chicken. We thought about it one night. We were in Gulf Shores and we stayed, we didn't stay in Gulf Shores. We stayed at this beach that's it's about 30 minutes away, and you take this really long jetty out there, and it's just this row of houses. You got the water on both sides. It's very secluded. It's nice.
That's beautiful.
And I found a place that had amazing shrimp. I mean, they were they were huge big fat shrimp.
Yeah.
Sweet. I never had such a sweet tasting shrimp. I mean, it was amazing. It's
almost like a lobster tail at that point.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, those are the ones I buy here, the Pacific ones. Oh my God. Yeah, we get them imported, of course, but they're so good.
Grouper. Do you ever eat grouper? I love groupers.
No.
It's that big, if you ever see a
big fish
diver going out, these things are massive, right?
Yeah.
And they're the best because they're white. They're a real white, fresh fish and super fatty.
A lot of bones or?
No, because you get I don't.
Big fish.
Grouper, you don't get. Yeah, you don't buy a grouper in the big you buy the fillets. You buy the fillets or you buy grouper cheeks. Now, the fillets are amazing. They're fatty. They're wonderful. You want the premier fish. If you can find a grouper cheek, I've never tasted. I didn't have it this trip. It's been about 3 or 4 trips since I've been able to find them. But if you can find a grouper cheek, oh, so good.
That's what I'm going to look for then. There's a store not far from me. It's called TNT. They've got this whole wall set up. They have all these live fish, crabs, all kinds of stuff, you name it. And I'm going to check and see, because they had some small ones. They obviously weren't fully matured yet, but I'm wondering if I'm going to ask them if they know a place where I could, they might be able to bring something in. Yeah. I want some grouper cheeks.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the title of this episode. Grouper cheeks. Love it.
Well, some grouper cheeks and some picanha.
Yeah. Oh, that steak was badass though. It was.
You found it?
Good recommendation. Pardon?
You found it?
Yeah, I found it. Oh yeah. I didn't get to that story. So yeah, went to this place called Chops. We went out for dinner, date night. We didn't have the kids. We're like, oh, this is perfect. And I was looking at the menu. I'm familiar with what they have, but I was like, oh, let me venture out. And then she plunks down their summer menu. I was like, oh shit, there's a whole new bunch of stuff here I haven't seen before. They had some really interesting sounding dishes, but the one that jumped out at me, of course, was a picanha. And I was like, oh my God. Marty mentioned this. He said, if you ever find it, you got to try it. So, and I was asking around some places, couldn't find it. And anyway, it was on the menu. So my wife and I both ordered the same thing because we didn't want to get in one of those awkward, like, oh, no, thanks, babe. Can I try a piece? And then, oh, you love it so much, but now I'm sharing half my meal and so on and so forth. So we each ordered it. And oh man, I tell you, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And they paired it with these seasoned vegetables. Oh, geez. Honestly,
did they go ahead and cut it? Did they slice it for you, or how'd they bring it out in the thick?
Good question. So it looked like it was all one piece when they brought it out, but they did slice it, but they didn't slice all the way through. So they just sliced into it almost, and they left it still on the very bottom connected. So then you could separate it, but you could separate it with a fork. It was amazing. Like you didn't even need, I didn't touch my knife the whole time I was there. Like it was just, it was just amazing. But tender.
Did they have the fat cap on it?
Yeah, it was on the one side. Yeah, they did. Yeah. It's funny. I was looking for it because that's how you told me I could identify it. So I was like, okay, I want to make sure they're not like serving me meatloaf or some shit. But yeah, oh my God. And I ate that too though. And it was amazing.
The fat's unbelievable. I got high cholesterol, so I only get one nibble of the fat, then I give it all to my wife. But it's the best flavor of it all. That meat with a little bit of that cooked fat. Oh, yeah, sure.
It's true. It was delicious though. Oh my God, yeah. And the restaurant too. That place is so nice. But the funny thing, we weren't even supposed to go to that restaurant initially. We went out earlier in the day. And we were like, oh, let's go for dinner. This place here, Milestones. We usually go there. They have some really nice salads and stuff that we usually get for lunch. Quick thing like that, soup, whatever. We go there. My wife and I walk in, and the power was out throughout most of the city, but we didn't even realize. And so we were even like stopping at the lights, just like everybody else, one at a time. People are going. We didn't even realize the power was out. We're just like, we're so hungry. We're just following people. And then we end up at the restaurant. We park the car. We walk in. There's this beeping noise going on because it's the generator kicked in, and we're literally standing there and we're just waiting to be seated. The lady's like, we're not seating people right at this moment because the power is out. And we're like, oh shit. And then it hit us like a ton of bricks. We could hear the beeping now. We could see like the whole dining room is shut down there. We're like, oh shit. So we left there, and that's how we went to this other place, Baton Rouge. We pull in there, we go in, and they're like, oh yeah, it's lunchtime, so we're not very busy right now because of COVID. They've reduced staff. So anyway, we're sitting there waiting like 20 minutes and still no one's come over to see us. Like, man, what the hell are we doing here? This is insane. So we left there, saw Chops across the street. Let's check out Chops. Chops is really nice too. So our third restaurant, we went and we had lunch. And that's where I was like, hey, you know what? Tonight we have no kids. Why don't we just come back here for dinner too? So we came back for dinner, and that's how that whole thing happened. It was pretty amazing leading up to it. So I feel like it was fate kind of guiding me towards the picanha. That's what I think happened.
And now you're stuck.
Yeah,
always pecan. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
When we got back from our trip, we got back late Friday night. Saturday afternoon, I was at the butcher.
Okay. Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, baby,
Oh man,
sure. When you hear that, they go, "Oh, babe," I'm like, okay,
yeah,
no problem. Yeah, I'll go
whatever
get
you
it.
want, whatever you want. I got this.
Yeah. She's like, I want some rice, I want some beans and some picanha. It's like, hey,
I got this.
No arguments for me.
You got to say yes, and you're like, as long as you put on that thing and then you walk back and forth to the beach. For good. Exactly. All the picanha you want. Man, that's awesome though. Yeah. It looked like you guys had a good trip. I saw some of the photos too. So yeah, that's awesome, man.
We did.
Yeah. And so Nick went too. Yeah.
No.
I saw photos. You guys looked like you were at a beach or something.
No. My brother-in-law went. This is my brother-in-law.
Oh, maybe because you referenced Nick. Is his name Nick?
Oh, okay. There was a post in the hyperClean specialist group that I think you're talking about. So we have a group on Facebook. It's called hyperClean specialist. And we were making a joke. Yeah, that was my brother-in-law, but we were making a joke. So my brother-in-law and I, we have a fun little game that we play where we'll buy each other shirts that we have to wear on vacation.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So this was his year and he bought this wild Hawaiian, it's got flowers.
It worked though. It actually suited both of you.
80-year-old tourist, that's exactly what it looks like. And so I wore it on the Pints and Polishing episode that we recorded while I was down there. And,
now I see the pieces. Okay. Yeah.
So I had to then, Nick was like, that's terrible. How could you ever wear that? So we wore it to this really big, it's called the Hangout. And apparently it's a super popular place that has even a music festival and has all kinds of stuff. I mean, this was a cool place.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Bars all around. It's got a stage, and then it's got a whole entry place that you go and eat seafood, and they make you dance on tables. I mean, it was way too much, but
that's Coyote Ugly.
Yeah, so we wear when we go out to eat, we wear that shirt that we got each other. So that's what we were doing. We were taking a picture at this place called Hangout, and we were wearing our Gucci shirts. I actually had somebody when I was walking in go, "Hey man, nice shirt."
Oh shit.
I didn't even say thank you. I laughed because he was like a 65, 70-year-old man.
Oh shit.
And he goes, "Hey, nice shirt."
Nice shirt.
Like, seriously? Like, wow. Okay, I'll take it. Thanks. Like,
yeah. Oh my God. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Nice shirt. It's like, this was a joke gift. I like that tradition though. That's a good tradition. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
Jeez,
mine was simple a couple of years ago. It was just palm trees. It was just a shirt from Old Navy.
That's
and
not
it had
too bad.
Palm trees all over. Yeah, it was easy. Like We've done
every year. It's getting
each year it gets a little bit different.
Jeez, we did something similar, but for Halloween. And so my wife, I can't even believe this is going to be put out there. It was embarrassing one time. So my wife ordered the costumes, and she was like, "I'll pick whatever it is this year." So we started doing this thing where we pick each other's costume. The costumes arrive, and I'm like, "There's no way. There's no fucking way I'm wearing that. I'm gonna have to. When I post the episode, I'll post a picture of the costume." But it was a dinosaur costume, full head to toe, with a tail that like wags behind you. It's like something like if I was like a 4-year-old, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that makes sense, But seeing like a 35-year-old man walking down the street. And because, I should explain a little more on it too. We didn't only wear them for Halloween, the actual time you should go out and collect candy with the kids. We had to wear them all day. Meaning when I went to pick up the kids from school, I show up in this, oh my God, man. Yeah, so, but I tell you though, in a weird way, I don't know why, but in a weird way, seeing my wife walk down the street, I don't know, it was working. It was, see, you get it there. It wasn't as
nice. What I've been doing for Halloween is dreadlocks. When I put on a wig with dreadlocks, and I mean, they kind of look real. If you put a hat on, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, you really can't tell. Yeah, it's true.
And that's been fun because people think I'm cool, and I'm like,
yeah.
What's up?
Now, if you wear that with that shirt,
that might be a little much.
Yeah, that might be. That's true. Oh man, but all right. So I did have some quick funny questions to go over today. But before we jump into that, have you seen any interesting posts or anything?
Okay. So, we've dove heavily, I've been a TikTok fan for for years and years and years. And we're diving heavier into TikTok. And I made a post. So it was a post I made.
Oh, okay.
That asked the question, why do people have such a hard time applying ceramic coatings? Or it was, why are ceramic coatings so hard to apply? Something like that. Go to a hyperClean store on TikTok. You can see it. And I mean, it didn't hit one of those massive. I think it only has like 8,000 views.
Okay,
but
yeah, still substantial. Oh, the comments, yeah,
it's the comments that are extremely fun. So if you're a TikTok person, go follow us, hang out. Let's chop it up on TikTok. It's a lot of fun, and go into the comments and let's chat about why do people feel that ceramic coatings are so hard to install. Now, let's put some basis behind it. Ceramic coatings in the past, you know, in 2010, when they kind of came out, 14, 15, 16, when they really took that ramp up, 17, 18 just exploded. I mean, those coatings that were early in the market then were tough to put on.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, we make the joke about multi-layer coatings. You got multi-layers that you got to put on that take about an hour each. You got to wait in between them. You got a chance, if you're on layer 3, you got a chance of high spotting. And if you don't catch it to layer 4, then you got to polish. Then you're just removed 1 and 2. I mean, it is, if you're using certain products, it is tough. It can create challenges to put on a coating. Or if somebody switched their formula to a graphene and suddenly it's grabby, I've seen installers trying to put on a graphene coating and they struggled. It was tough. It was hard to do. So I was asking the question. Well, there was a massive amount of people that defended ceramic coatings are not difficult to apply. It is the prep work. And I just go,
okay,
really? Like, it's interesting. Okay, so you got to wash clay, spray some Fuego, put on some decon. I would first wash it with cleanse. It's going to be a prep, right? It's going to pull everything off.
Yeah.
You're going to decon it, and then you apply a product and you put it on a section.
Yeah.
It's not much difference than applying a wax. You just wait for it to flash and you pull it off. Like, I still don't understand the difficulty on the prep work. And they go, oh, well, it's the correction.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's difficult to hold a polisher on a car.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I still don't understand what's so difficult. You just polish the paint.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got to sand, you got to full correct, you got to. Oh, okay. You're trying to. I got you.
Chasing perfection.
Yeah, then it is going to be difficult, right? Perfection's always tough. Why? Who would ever want to chase perfection when the mass majority of people want simplicity and they want the car in and out, and you can be done in an hour. Like, that post really confused me. And I think, to your point, you said there's actually a lot tougher things to do in detailing than even the prep work, right? Even polishing paint versus other things that go on with detailing. Yeah, vacuuming
is a lot harder depending on what you're vacuuming up. But, you know, even pet hair removal, for example, it's infinitely harder than ceramic coating with today's technologies. You know,
I'm the son that cleans his mom's car, especially after a long road trip.
Nice. Yeah.
The amount of sand I've got to go clean up this afternoon. Right?
Yeah. See, that's
sand and carpet is much more worse than having to polish paint. Like it
100%. And because then the post effects of that too, of what it does to your vacuum and then cleaning out your vacuum and stuff. Like, sand is brutal, man. Sand is brutal on vacuums and pipes. That's the two things. Like, if you can avoid putting it down your drains, you're going to save yourself a lot of headache. And if you can avoid it going into your vacuum as much as possible as well, depending on your vacuum. But I find vacuuming a car, like I said, depending on what's happened to the car and what you're vacuuming up, but that can be a lot more difficult than ceramic coating, even with, you know, paint correction involved in the process, a lot more difficult. The worst thing that ever happened to me with paint correction was maybe my arm got tired, but I would just change my position and problem solved. I don't know. Like
now,
it's just
the only way I'll defend their comments are if you're doing that multi-layer and it's 100 degrees out and you got 70% humidity, and you're doing it on a GMC black, you have achieved the most difficult thing to do in detailing. High humidity, high heat with a multi-layer coating.
Yeah, gold star.
That is it. Absolutely. You don't want to do that on soft paint.
But they're very specific circumstances. Like for me, it's the equivalent of window tinting. Like I know a lot of people, they struggle with window tinting, but a big part of it's your environment. Like I've seen some people, they say I'm trying to do mobile window tinting and I'm finding it difficult and stuff. And I'm like, well, fuck, no shit. Like you're outside, the wind is blowing, you're dealing with pollutants and particles that are getting in between the film. Obviously, that's going to be a pain in the ass. But us, we pull the car or truck in our shop. It's fully environmentally controlled. It takes a fraction of the time and it's easy as pie. So I think it depends on the things that you're using and the process that you're doing, but also the end result you're trying to achieve. Yeah. And so I think that figuring out those three pieces can really, simplify your life, simplify the process. And next thing you know, you go from ceramic coating is really hard, it's a pain in the ass, to ceramic coating is the easiest thing in the world. Why am I not selling this to every car that's out there? So that's kind of the different paradigm shift in your mentality, I think, is.
I mean, we've got guys all over the country now. Within an hour, they're washing, deconning, and putting Uno or Dos down.
Yeah.
They're knocking out $400 to $500 an hour.
Yeah. With almost zero headache.
Easy.
With staff that are minimally trained, like it's
easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of the time not certified, just throwing it out there. But yeah. So I think that, but yeah, I think there's a lot more things. And one thing I've always mentioned, even with my own staff, is that, when we hire new people, it's intimidating. They've never heard of ceramic coating, or they're unfamiliar with it, or they've never done it. It can be intimidating their first time, so we walk them through the process and I'm like, look, man, if you can polish those headlights, you can take those oxidized headlights and make them look new again. That is far more difficult than what you're about to do.
That's
we just
true.
Start them off that way.
Headlight restoration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's no joke in comparison to ceramic coating, like I said, with today's technologies. Because you're right, if you go back 10 years or so, it's a lot more difficult. But that's true of so many things. Like even marketing your business. 10 years ago, you didn't have all these easy to use online platforms and stuff like that. Like I'm talking when businesses used to fax other businesses promotions. That was a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? Then, it's now I can email blast and stuff like that. Things progressively get easier, but that means you have to continuously evolve as a business as well. So it's best to latch on to a company that's evolving their products often to make your life easier. And if you can't, then maybe it's time you start shopping around and look at what else is out there, because here's Marty, he's got solutions that can help your business do the same thing, but better, faster, with less headache and less intimidating. It just makes sense, so it's that's what I would do. And if Marty comes out with something for headlights, I'm all for it.
No, that's not on the agenda yet, but July 4th, we are releasing our ceramic snow. And I am pumped. Nothing else on the market like this. It took almost a year in development. It took a long time.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, man.
A lot of R&D. That's good though.
You can take a car with no protection and you're rinsing it and it's just a solid sheet, right? Like no water, no hydrophobics doing anything. Apply ceramic snow, wash it in. And when you start rinsing it, it just, everything just rinses off and it'll start beading and it'll actually start sheeting itself to where all the water will just start falling off and it'll start to dry itself. It's crazy. And it'll begin to build itself. And over the next weeks to months, it gets more and more and more. And it's
that is crazy.
We are so excited. This has been a pet project that's been really difficult for us internally to come up with the answer. But now that we have July 4th, it'll release. It's called Ceramic Snow. There's nothing on the market like it. Yeah, nothing. Yeah. We're so pumped.
Wow, that's amazing. And obviously you chose a very particular day to launch. Was that intentional? Maybe. Yeah, man, congratulations though. That's amazing. And so after July 4th, well, on July 4th and moving forward, everyone across North America and possibly worldwide could get their hands on this. Imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So I would like to just say that I would like to be the exclusive distributor for Canada.
Let's do
Throwing
it.
it out there. Anyways,
Let's
we can talk more about that. But yeah, absolutely. That is amazing, man. Ceramic snow. So no, like I like the name. Don't get me wrong, but no. Were there alternatives that were
other names? Yeah, we tossed around other names, but we also understood what you need to do in some products and names in some products, certain words that you need to use in products.
Yeah.
You know, it is
Fair
what
enough.
it is. You know, it's
yeah. I know you guys always have a brainstorming session. That's why I was curious.
Oh yeah, we had many brains. You bet. Yeah. Like I said, this was a long journey because a lot of ceramic type soaps you either have where they say, you know, it's really just a prep, right? Like it's a ceramic safe soap, right? That's what many people say. Well, our ceramic soap it means it's safe for ceramic. Well, that didn't really do anything to us because come on, I mean our foam wash is ceramic safe. I mean, most soaps are ceramic safe. And then the other side, if you're actually going to put down protection onto paint while you're washing, it doesn't have any foam. You know, there's these products that they're putting on through a foam cannon or through some type of delivery system, but it doesn't actually foam, and you can't really wash with it. You know, it's more of a rinse.
Yeah.
And so we finally got them all to combine. We got the right surfactants. I mean, finding the right surfactants to get this done was a big challenge. And you know, you got to be able to clean the car without also inhibiting the protection. And that's what most people haven't figured out.
Man,
we got to figure it out,
man.
So,
that is a fine balance for sure. Yeah.
Very difficult to achieve.
Yeah. 100%. And July 4th, man, people can get their hands on it.
Independence.
Assuming it's not sold out, of course, because I'm definitely
it won't be sold out. I got drunk.
Right. Oh, beautiful. Well, I'm taking one or two off your hands. That's for sure. Oh man, that is amazing. I like that though. Okay. Ceramic snow. All right. Beautiful. And so how would people find out more information about ceramic snow if they want to?
Just follow us on Instagram. We're going to put out a lot, but TikTok.
Perfect. TikTok. All right.
TikTok. We're going to do a lot on TikTok. And then, go to hypercleanstore.com. Thanks. Yeah.
Beautiful. Is there any way someone could like pre-register to, notify me when it launches?
Nah, we're not doing any pre-sales. Yeah.
Okay.
But this weekend, I mean, it's a July 4th weekend. So it's not just on July 4th.
Gotcha. Right? Okay. Yeah.
It's a weekend sale. So
it's going to be beautiful. And any idea what this is going to retail for?
I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
Speaking of who will control that, Nick's calling me right now. Let me decline that. He handles all that. So he'll write the descriptions. He'll do the pricing. He'll do all that stuff.
Get all that set up. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to the launch, man. For sure.
You're probably, for a 16-ounce bottle, somewhere between $20 and $30, I would guess. Somewhere.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Definitely worth
it. For what it's going to do. Oh,
100%. Yeah. Man, okay. I'm looking forward to us adding this into our routine as well.
Yeah, because I mean, how many times over the years have we heard wash and wax, or ceramic, but then it doesn't actually do any hydrophobic. You can't actually see anything. You literally, and we got a guy here named Cass that works in our warehouse. He works here part-time, and his full-time job is he's a police officer.
Okay.
You absolutely know those guys. That car had zero protection, right?
Yeah.
Zero. Yeah. We wash it. And it's one of the videos that I have prepped ready for this weekend. Beautiful. We wash it and we show, right? Zero hydrophobics. We wash it and then you'll see that water will start to just beat off and roll. Man. It's like, fuck yeah, man. Like,
that's amazing, incredible. Man. Yeah. 2 in 1. I love it, man. That's shit. Yeah. Congrats, man. I'm sure that journey was a long time. I got some questions. Hold on. Let me pull up my phone here. Cause I got, there's a lot of them. So we'll just do like a couple and then we'll save some others for another time too. So what do you say? We do the first 5. Yeah.
Cool.
Quick questions. All right. So fun questions. Get to know a little bit about our inner brains, I guess. All right. So number 1, Marty, what would you do if you found a penguin in the freezer? Told you it was gonna get weird.
Yeah. If I found a penguin in the freezer, I'd go like, hell yeah, that's cool. I'd probably ask somebody if I could thaw it out. Right? Like
what
is this my pet? Like, do I now have a pet penguin? Like, so nobody answered me. I'd probably go ahead and thaw it out and see if it miraculously started chirping around.
I tell you this, that penguin would be awesome in the ceramic snow commercials. Sorry. That would be awesome. That's a good thinking. Yeah, if you could thaw it out, you'd be like that movie,
see if I can thaw it out and actually. So the only penguins I've actually seen in person, I got a chance out of college. I went to South Africa.
Nice.
And they have what's called the jackass penguins.
Okay.
And you go, that's an odd name.
Yeah.
Sure enough, there's a reason. I mean, they're about this small.
Holy shit.
So they don't get big. They're real small. Yeah. And then the way they yap at each other, they sound just like a mule, like a jackass. Like
that's crazy.
Like, yeah. So they're called jackass penguins.
Jackass penguins. Holy shit. That's crazy.
Yeah. So on the beaches of South Africa, you got to hang out with them and see them.
Jackass penguins. Must have been loud too, though, huh?
Yeah. They were annoying.
Yeah.
We didn't stay around them too long. Bunch of jackasses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love it, man. All right, question 2. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why?
Ooh. That is a tough one. I was going to go like oak because it was like, sturdy oak tree, but I'm also like, wouldn't mind being a fruit tree and everybody gets to enjoy some cool little tasty treats.
A little bit of Marty. They get to enjoy a little bit of Marty.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad, right? Like,
yeah. So what kind of fruit would you bear if you
that's even better question, right? Like I'm gonna be a durian tree.
Okay.
There's no such thing as a durian tree. I don't think. Durian is a fruit from Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
That if anybody's ever watched that show that had that guy that went around trying all those crazy foods.
Oh yeah.
Andrew Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Kind of a bigger guy. I don't know if he's still around or not, but he went around tasting all these different things. Yeah. He tried twice not to eat durian. He tried. He tried to eat it. My bad. But he could not eat it. He couldn't eat it.
Apparently it smells or something, huh?
Yeah. Durian comes in this like big, I don't know, spiky looking shell. You cut it open. You can't even eat the inside of the shell. You really only eat these nuts. Yeah, I guess. I
think it's the nut,
and it's the meat that surrounds the nut. The problem is that it smells like a dirty diaper.
Yeah, jeez. Oh.
And it's slimy.
Oh my God, the combination of both of those things.
So you're smelling it as you put it in your mouth, and then you got this slimy, gooey. It takes and it doesn't really taste that great. Like, let's be real. Like, it's not amazing. They call it in Southeast Asia, it's called the king fruit. They love it.
No way. Wow. Jesus. So I've never had personally. I don't think I could, to be honest, but
it's rough. We would go over to do, that was an early part of my life, and we would go do softball camps. We would teach kids how to play basketball. I have a nonprofit called Rock Sports, and
that's wicked, man.
And our initiation. So my initiation, when I met the local coaches and began to train and teach their kids, they would take me out to dinner and then take me to do stuff, right? And that was my initiation to them. So then every year we went back, anybody new that came into the program that I brought over to Southeast Asia, they had to also do the same thing. No, it's so rough to do, man. It was so rough. Damn. And I would always have to do it every year, right? Because they'd always go, oh, you got to do it. So I just, once you're eventually used to it, you go, this shit's going to be terrible. And you just, oh God, like, and you just eat it because you can't deny the food that they give you.
Of course.
So much that they give you food that you have to eat it. And dude, it was brutal.
Oh, man. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I'd have a hard time doing it, but it is funny. There's different, like when we lived in the Caribbean, there was this thing, manicoot, They used to eat it, but it's like a little rodent, kind of like an armadillo. But because we had armadillos there as well, but it was like an armadillo, but just imagine it without the shell. And so they're fast though, but they would catch these things, and when they cook it, it smelled like a dead corpse, like a dead body. It just smelled so bad. But taste wise, completely different. But the thing is, in that case, you're not usually preparing it yourself. But in this case, it's a fruit. So if you're gonna eat it at home, for example, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. But I did watch a movie, The Man from Toronto. I saw it this past weekend with Kevin Hart and Woody Harrelson. And Woody's an assassin, basically. And anyway, in the first part of the movie, he's making himself breakfast, and that's what he was doing. So he cut it open and he took out the little yellow part, and then I think he even like deep fried it or something. But my wife and I looked at him, we're like, no, couldn't do it, you know. But it instantly gave us a little backstory about this guy, because we're like, oh, okay, he's an assassin, probably spent some time, you know, in Asia somewhere and like training and stuff. But he was trained in like 27 different martial arts or something. So the pieces started to make sense, you know. But yeah, we saw it and we're like, nah, just couldn't do it.
There's some movies coming out this weekend, right?
I think so. Thor, yeah, a few dropping.
The new Thor movie looks great.
Yeah.
Are you and your daughter, are your kids into Minion?
A little bit, yeah. The youngest Minions, one, man. Big time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're set, ready to go. All three of us. We're ready for the Minions to come out. We're going.
Oh man, yeah. My youngest one, she huge fan, but she wants to wait until we're in the new house. So we're in the new house end of August, around there. But the reason is the new house has a home theater in it. So it's got like the cinema seats and all that stuff. So she wants to see it on the big screen, and so yeah, it'll be nice, But
good call,
yeah, so it means she has to wait. But pretty cool that like 7-year-old, she's like, yeah, I'm okay to wait. Like that's me as a kid, man. I was the kid sneaking down the 23rd of Christmas and like opening presents. I'm not waiting 2 more days. Crazy. But yeah, so she's patient. But yeah, so yeah, a few of them. The Man from Toronto, though, check that movie out. It was hilarious, man. Usually Kevin Hart's kind of hit or miss. Woody Harrelson's always good, but it was a really good movie. And they feature some of Canada in it too, which is nice. Yeah, because he's the man from Toronto. Yeah, but all right. So that was question 2, or did we make it to 3?
No.
Yeah, that was 2. So
let's do 3 and then
all right, 3 and then we'll jump into. So yeah. So we'll do 3 each episode. That's what we'll do. Oh man. All right, well, we're going in order. So would you rather fight 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Oh, definitely the 1. I'm gonna fight 1. I'm
not fight 1, right? Because it's only 1. 100, like fuck, man. After 30, you're exhausted.
Do you ever watch any? You probably don't. I love video games. I just don't get time to play them, right? It's just video games take so much time to play. And if you're younger, you got all the time in the world, right? Like fucking me and Mike Tyson Punch Out. I was Glass Joe. I mean, we were kicking his ass all the time, right? Like there's a video game that's come out that apparently you can do these, and I watched this is the reason why I know it. I don't get to play them much, but I like to watch when Facebook came out with Facebook Gaming.
Okay, yeah.
At first I was not a big fan of watching other people play video games. Right? You would just rather play it yourself.
Yeah,
it seems stupid to watch somebody else play.
Yeah.
Right? And then I go, you know what? I remember in college and out of college when I lived with a couple guys, I watched them play when I was taking my turn. Right? Like that's just what you used to do. You only had 2 controllers.
So you're watching 2 other people. Yeah.
You would get your turn to play, and then you would watch the other people play, right? So I go, that makes sense. Why not take a little bit of time? I'm making coffee or doing something while I'm waking up, and I'll watch Facebook gamers. And I'll just I'll watch them for a little bit, see how they're doing. There's a couple of them I really like to watch. One's called Make Out Hill. It's funny. He goes by a little turtle. He's got a little fro. I mean, they're funny, right? There's some guys that are funny, and there's some that take it fucking way serious. One guy called Kingslayer, and he's got like full graphics, and he sometimes wears costumes. I mean, listen, it's really interesting to watch him.
Yeah.
Well, there's a game that it's a simulation game, and you can simulate wars between people. And there was, do you want, it's like a million, it was like warriors from 300, like,
okay.
I don't know, Greco-Roman warriors or something, like spears and, that type of stuff versus 100 of, what's that guy? John something. He would always wear black. It's Keanu Reeves.
Oh, John Wick.
John Wick. Thanks.
Yeah.
Or, it was like a million of these versus 100 John Wicks. And you got to watch the battle, right? Like fucking John Wicks are sitting there just going,
Oh yeah, man.
They're just mowing them down. I would definitely take I would take the lesser.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you have a far better chance. Yeah, like that. What was it? The horse-sized duck? Yeah, one horse-sized duck. Yeah, I mean, doesn't even have hands.
Yeah, what's it gonna do? Quack at you? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, you just gotta dodge it and then like.
Although the geese we have here, we have here are really aggressive. Every year they'll attack people and stuff like that. There's always reports, but usually during mating season and stuff like that. But yeah, but I mean, still, at the end of the day, it's still a bird,
Still a big bird. It's still just one.
Yeah, it's still just one. Yeah, exactly. It's just one. That's true. Good answer. Yeah. And you said something that kind of triggered something in me. I know we had some other stuff maybe we wanted to touch on. We can do that still. But one thing that you said was you'd rather be playing the video game than watching it, kind of thing, right? It triggered something in me for a lot of businesses. I find there's two different types. I've seen detailers in this industry. There's those that, don't really seem like they want to be involved in the business, and they just want to, take an approach more like myself, where I was in the business for a while and I know how to run the business, but I don't want to be there every day. I don't need to oversee everything. So partnered with someone that wants to do that part, and that's how the business runs very successfully. But then there's others that want to be there. Like they actually thrive on it. They want to be there.
They eat it.
They
wake up ready to go. Like, get back from vacation and that they can't wait for that alarm clock to go off because you want to be back.
They want to be there. Going. Yeah. And I understand both sides of it, and I think that the one thing I would say is that the ones that want to be there more probably want to chase perfection more, which is okay. But what I was just, I guess, in a roundabout way trying to get to is, I think that when it comes to scaling the business, though, it's okay if they want to be there, but understand that your employees may not want to. So when it comes time, for example, since we were talking about ceramic coating and with your TikTok post, I think for those guys, the way to scale that is you take on the perfection jobs if you want that kind of responsibility and you love it, and then pass on the other stuff to the other guys and let them,
or you punt perfection all together, which I had to
redefine perfection, I think.
Yeah, I had to learn a business, right?
Yeah.
I think we all have to. That there's no business that runs 100% all the time. It's not possible.
Yeah.
You can't even chase that on a car, let alone in your business. So there's no reason to chase perfection whatsoever. I don't chase perfection. I chase the climb. I chase the daily thing that I got to solve. The people that I get to talk to. I mean, the people I've talked to this morning are stepping out. You mentioned distribution earlier. I mean, that's what these guys, it's all about, hey, we see something in our area. We think that we could sell some product. HyperClean's got great products. How do I begin the next phase of business to where I begin to distribute product? Those were my conversations this morning. I mean, that's I spent a lot of time doing that.
Beautiful,
talking to people, understanding them, do you see an opportunity, how you can do it? I think if you're the person that doesn't wake up excited about your day or excited about your week or your month or what you're doing in life, go get a job.
Yeah.
I mean, you really need to be, if you're going to make it, especially, and we haven't even hit the bottom of a rock hard economy. We haven't. It's 2022 and it's about to be July. Economy's we've talked about it, right? Everybody's complaining about economy and gas prices and all the issues. And if you don't see that and go, yeah, I'm ready to go, let's go hit it. Go ahead and get a job. There's nothing wrong with it. You might be
It's
happier
true.
in life to just go get a
Working
good
somewhere else where
paying
you don't have
job.
those extra headaches.
You don't have all the headaches. You don't have all the stress. You don't have anything. You literally just clock in and out. And then you got still clean cars. If you like clean cars, cool. Clean them at night, clean them on the weekends. We have thousands of customers that do that. Thousands. They just clean cars at nights on the weekends. Like, it's okay. You don't have to go through all the stress unless you love it. And I love it. I think you have to want to do it.
You have to love it. You
have to love it. Yeah. Have to.
Or you need that passion.
And you'll be unhappy the whole time. You'll be pissed off, always unhappy. We've met those people, right? They're not fun.
Oh, yeah.
They're not enjoying their life. You should enjoy your life. It's your one chance.
Life is short. And you only get one shot at this. You know, I mean, maybe you believe in reincarnation, but you're still only getting one shot in that life too. You know, so yeah, I think that
but even if you believe in reincarnation, the best way you enjoy your life now will mean that you have a better chance of a better life next life. But if you suck this life,
then guess what?
Guess what?
It's true.
You're back to being a bug.
Yeah, it's true. Because I can't imagine not doing what I do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's part of my breathing now. It's just something that I need to do every day. I want to do. I don't even feel like I've worked a day in my life for a long time, you know, because I'm always doing what I want to do. Like, it's, there's been maybe 2 times in my life where I think I've not enjoyed what I was doing work-wise, you know?
And I would tell people, like, if you get to that point, right? If you get to a spot where you're going, yeah, I'm just not happy, fucking sit down then. What?
Yeah.
Quit doing what you're doing. Take a moment and go, what would make me happy? What would I like to do? If you would like to do something else, then go do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Like, I've had to do that. I've had to go, is there something else I'd like to do?
Yeah.
And then when I can't find anything else to, if I can't find anything else to do, I just keep doing what I'm doing because I like it more.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you like.
It's true. Yeah. My wife and I have this thing where it applies to everything, whether it's business or if it's, you know, friends we have, or even if we just go out somewhere for dinner or something, and we'll ask each other, like, are you having fun? And we don't ask that all the time because that gets annoying. But what I mean is, like, when we're doing something and someone seems like they're not enjoying it, we'll be like, hey, are you having fun? And if the answer to that question is not instantly like, yeah, man, I'm having a blast, then we stop instantly. So we've left people's houses sometimes. We've been like out for dinner and there's like someone there that's just like drunk and obnoxious or something like that. And we're like, you know what? You having fun? No, me neither. Well, fuck, we're adults. We don't have to be here. We just walk out the front door. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Just do it, you know? And so I think that's the same for business as well, is that if you're not enjoying it, and so sometimes I feel people take to the internet to complain or vent their frustrations because they want to figure out, not sometimes, all the time, they want to kind of be told that it's okay, or this is part of the process or something. And like, it doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be. So if you find yourself struggling in your business in the sense that you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it's okay to do something else.
Yeah, go get a job that uses your skills.
Yeah.
Make a good living that provides for your family. And then if you like to clean cars, great. Maybe just the business side was the struggle. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just clean some cars on nights and weekends. Get your kick out of that. What?
It's true. Yeah. And for some people, and this was one thing that we did want to touch on today, I'll touch on briefly, and then we can get back to regular scheduled programming. But I think a lot of people have fear when it comes to business. And some people, I think, have a fear of failure. They have a fear of like calling it quits and what that's going to look like to people, or, you know, oh, it didn't work out for me and what that's going to mean or whatever. But I think with business, you really have to find a way to grab a hold of that fear and just get rid of it. Everyone gets nervous when they're going to do a presentation or they're going to, you know, do a sales call, whatever. But you have to be able to harness that fear and take control of it and just get over it. It's really just got to get over it.
Hey, well, it's tough, right? Like, fear is tough to get over.
I'm not suggesting it's easy.
Yeah. We were actually, all of us were only born with 2 fears. Do you know what the 2 fears are?
Well, for me, it was drowning. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you learned that.
I think fear of the unknown would be.
No, I'm talking when you're a baby.
You're a baby.
Baby. What do you fear?
Jeez. You're a baby.
You fear, right? What happens if a loud noise? What does a baby do?
Cries. Yeah.
So loud noises.
Okay.
And then have you ever held a baby and you ever like?
Yeah. Fear of falling. Yeah.
You're falling.
Being dropped.
So there's two fears that we are born with, innate fears. Fear of loud noises, which is why if thunder comes or a crash or any loud thing, a slamming door, right? Immediate. We look. Fear of loud noises and the fear of falling.
That's it.
I hate falling, right? Like the worst thing for me, but it was so much fun, was when I was 21, I've got a buddy named Stuart Letcher, who is a pilot now with Delta, but he was in the middle of trying to get all that. And he was going to school. He was working for the Air Guard, and he was working at bars. He actually has a tooth that got punched out. You know, he worked his way through it, right? He did his time.
Yeah.
And he sacrificed. He rented this little Cessna plane that took me to a place called Eskimo Joe's in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And we flew up and we got over this lake, and he goes, "You want to have some fun?" I'm like, "Nope." He takes that plane and goes, I'm at the top of the cabin with my head tilted going, like a little girl. I can't even, like, it's straight little girl. And I was freaking out. God. I get that even I go down roller coasters. I go up to a high speed. The fear of falling is massive, right? So that's what we're born with. If you understand that you're born with only those two fears, then that means you learned all the other fears that you have. And if you began to look through the other fears that you have, you go, there was a point in time that I had to become aware of that fear. I had to bring that in, that I was fearful. So if you brought it in, that means you can take it out. So if you're afraid of something other than those two things, guess what? You can unlearn. It's learned.
Yeah.
And you can unlearn.
And then you can unlearn it. Yeah. Interesting. Which means you can overcome it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy, but yeah. Well, it's funny. I know what you mean. Cause like me, I'm terrified of heights, but, and I used to be in Air Cadets. And so I was, learning to fly planes and stuff like that. And 2 summers ago, I think it was, 2019. So yeah, 3 summers ago, pretty much. But I was flying the Cessna, and I wanted to take a selfie and send it to my wife. So I turned the wheel, but how it works in a plane, it's not like a car. When you turn in a car, something instantly happens, right? In a plane, when you turn, there's kind of a delay, and then something will happen because, the plane's prepping itself and all kinds of shit, and then something happens. Anyway, I go to take this selfie, and at that point, I was like not even fearful. We were, I think, 1,800. We weren't too high up. But anyway, we're flying. I turned the wheel, and I don't know what happened with my hand, but it kind of jerked, pulled down a little bit. But I'm still focusing on the phone, so I didn't realize what I was doing. And then the plane just tilts like this. Almost dropped my phone. Got the selfie though. It was awesome. But my face, I looked at my face later, and you could just see my face and the ground. But I sent it to her when I was in the air. She was like, "Don't ever send me anything when you're flying again." So I was like, "Look, I'm sorry." But I didn't realize till after. And I was like, holy shit, I was actually terrified in that moment, And it was the fear of falling. And then I was like, shit, what's going to happen?
Well, a fear that a lot of people have when they get into business, not only it's, the fear of failing, as you mentioned, when I open a business or think about opening a business, or I started a business in Corona because I had lost my job and I like cleaning cars, and there's literally thousands of people just like that. And they're fearful of talking to other people though, selling somebody a service.
That's true.
Or a product, right? As we're talking to distributors, there's people that fear going and making a cold call. Like, what do I say? How do I go in? What do I do? What if they say no? What if they did? And they start running down this rabbit trails of fears.
It's true. Yeah. It's funny. One way I always try and approach it, because I used to be that person. I used to be fearful of doing sales. And so I started studying sales, human psychology, all kinds of stuff. And I started pretend buying things. I would go into places and sort of just pretend I was interested in something, have someone sell to me, and I would study the things they did. Started to realize a lot of them seemed nervous, and they seemed, concerned as well. Anyway, I studied sales like crazy, and I started just practicing. It took a lot of time, but it was the most pivotal and necessary thing I could have done for my business, because everything I do is sales, everything. From forming relationships to just putting yourself out there in whatever capacity, you're selling at some form, because if you're not selling, it's not a business. Like that's what you're doing. You're selling something, a solution to some problem. And so you're always selling. So I really had to study it, because I was that kid. I was shy. I was nervous. I started my first company at 16. It was tough.
And usually most people are shy in sales for a couple of reasons. I think this is my perspective.
Yeah.
Something happened when you were younger and somebody made fun of you.
Yeah.
Most
I'd
of
agree
us
with
have
that.
happened, right? Like,
yeah.
I got made fun of. Most people get made. We call it now bullying, and everybody's like, "Oh, no bullying." Like, everything. Listen, man. You're always, if you're a kid, kids are like fucking adults are brutal too. It's just humanity's brutal, right? Like,
it's true.
Everybody's always going to make fun of you for something. It is what it is, right? Like,
it's true. Yeah.
You just always going to make fun. Yeah, it just happens. So it depends on the effect that it happened to you as a child, that it might have like, I don't know, sunk your optimism, sunk your personal, belief in yourself, or somebody said something that it caused you to then not want to talk to people and tell people about something that you're excited about, right? Like that's literally one aspect that probably happened.
And that's where, because I get asked a lot. People, they say like, well, I got customers that are replying by text, but like I just shot them back a text and they ghosted me, like, what should I do?
So they were fearful for picking up the phone, is that?
Yeah, basically. And they were just scared to have that conversation with them, or even just ask them straight up, like, how come you haven't gotten back? Like, is it, is there something I missed here through the sales process? Like, try and get some feedback even. They were nervous to do that part as well. So it's like nervous to do the sale, nervous to follow up and do a close, and nervous to ask for feedback on your close. Just nervous the whole way through, and it was that fear that was guiding them. And you're right, it was probably something that had happened before that they may not even be aware of. And it just rocked their confidence to the point that they're like, someone once said something to me that was unpleasant. I don't want that experience again. But you got to realize, like, this is just a clean slate here. This person wasn't that person. And also this person's like, they're the ones needing help. Whatever you're offering, they've reached out because they need your service in some capacity.
Yeah, bingo.
So knowing that, you're just helping them.
Bingo. And that's, to me, is number 2. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's you don't have confidence in what you're selling.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Whether that price is too high and you think, oh, I mean, that's too much, so I don't really feel confident in suggesting this to somebody, or it's your own belief about your own self. You don't have confidence in yourself that you deserve the opportunity to grow, right? There's a massive amount of people, that myself included, early parts of business, maybe you come from a family or a lifestyle that isn't about a lot, right? Like, isn't about all the pompous, isn't about all the money, right? Like, you might come from a family that they teach you money's not everything, and, being right and being good and being like, they separate the idea that money and goodness don't go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Like they're oil and water,
Right. Like, so you might have a belief system that you don't really think you're entitled to what you're really asking for, because whether it's your lifestyle, whether it's the way you're raised, or maybe you don't really believe in that multi-layer coating and charging X amount. Maybe you don't really believe in whatever it is you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
The people that believe in what they're selling, and this is big in our hyperClean distribution, the guys that are out just demolishing. I mean, we're literally taking over areas, which is fun.
Beautiful. Love it.
Because they believe in the product. Like, if I'm going to spray Fuego on these rims, they're going to come clean. If I don't believe that, it's going to be very difficult to sell.
Yeah, because you feel like you're like scamming the person. Yeah.
Yeah, if I know it to be true, then listen, I have 100% confidence to go out and tell somebody why they need to use it, right? Because you
almost feel like they're ripping you off at that price. You're like,
right? Like, so I think that's the number 2, and I'm glad you said that confidence word. Like, if you don't have confidence in what you're doing, inside your shop, inside your business, inside of your sales,
it's going to be really difficult.
It's going to be very difficult.
And that's what I think you'd have to build up on first. Because like at our shop, it's easy for my entire team to sell stuff, including myself, because I take sales calls for the shop as well. And it's really easy because I'm so confident in the results we deliver. Like as of this morning, really happy actually. We have 922 5-star reviews, which is pretty awesome. Not bad in 2 years, you know what I mean? Like that's huge. So, cheers to that. Yeah, man. That's community. That's it. And the reason is because we're producing high quality work and we're doing it at affordable prices as well. So I'm super confident that when I talk to someone, and they're like, oh, well, I was talking to this other shop and they were like $20. Let me stop you there. We always give our best price up front, period. There is no other, price negotiation. Let's just nip that in the bud. And then I just jump into, look, these are the benefits you're getting with our shop, this and that. And we're the highest, how do we word it? It's very particular. We say we're the most positively reviewed shop in the city. And there's a reason for that. Is because we deliver on everything that we talk about. And in fact, we over deliver on it. So I'm okay. I'm okay with, having the conversation about this and that. I'm okay with calling a customer. It doesn't matter if I call them 5 times. I don't care because I'm so confident in what we're selling and what we're delivering to the customer that I know the value is there. I'm actually helping this person out. So I know they're looking for a solution. And think of it, if it was your friend and they're, hey, I was wondering, do you know anyone that can, fix a broken radiator on a car? If you know some people and you can line that up and connect the dots for that person, you're going to feel great because you're helping that person out. So think of it the same way. Someone's looking for something, they need some help. They're probably more lost than you think. They might sound like they know what they're talking about because they're using the right buzzwords. Oh, I saw this place down the road. They have this ceramic, this graphene coating, whatever. They might be throwing out some words that they heard along the way, but they probably have no idea what they're looking for. And it's your job to help them see the value, educate them on what you're selling, what you're doing. And I'm telling you, you do it a few times, your confidence will build, even if they tell you no. You're still going to build that confidence, that thick layer of skin that sales guys always talk about. Just takes time, but you got to do it. You have to just jump in. It's like swimming. You got to get wet. You can't learn how to swim on land, period.
Well, and that thick layer of sales, what you talked about, most people don't understand what it takes to get that layer. I mean, it takes a lot of no's, but it's not.
It takes a lot of no's for sure.
It takes, how do I take a no and understand that they don't know enough?
Yeah.
That they're just saying no because the way I presented it didn't meet their need. So
absolutely,
I have to internalize that. And instead of getting fearful, and I believe in what I'm selling and I believe it's the best thing for them, then I've got to figure out a way of helping them understand why it's the best way.
100%. It's true. Yeah. And on that note, I'll give a quick shout out to a buddy of mine, Jordan Stupar. He's got these things called cash cards. They help a lot. They've helped myself as well as my team. Not a paid endorsement or anything like that, just a buddy, but he makes these cash cards. They help a lot for phone sales mostly, but you can study them and use them in person in your interactions with customers too. But it basically is a deck of cards that has objections, and it goes over these objections. It could be anything from, pricing to, oh, I got to talk to my wife, or, I'm not the person that makes the decision. It's not the right time. So each of those objections is broken down on its own card. And then on the other side of the card, it has the rebuttals, the solution to that problem.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I'm telling you, those decks of cards, I think he's selling them like $19.95 or something like that. They might have gone up by now. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll post a link with this article because they will really help you out if you're not confident, if you're confused about sales, or, just scared. If you're scared, if you're fearful to pick up that phone and just call anyone randomly, do a sales call, this can help you out a lot for sure. Mm-hmm. But and yeah, anyway, that's my shout out from Jordan Stupar. He actually worked with Grant Cardone. He was Grant's top salesman one year, and he won like a bunch of competitions and stuff. And then he decided he wanted to branch out. He started his own like academy, and this is what he does full time now. But
nice.
Yeah. And if anyone knows sales, I'm telling you, this guy, I consider myself to be a good salesman, but he is fire. I got him to do a podcast, I think 2-3 months ago. I did like a free podcast. Oh yeah, you were there. Yeah. So
no,
yeah,
I wasn't there, but I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But he's good. Yeah, and he was just breaking down for people how they can address objections and stuff like that. But he's really good with the psychology side before you start selling, to help prep yourself. You're an athlete. You got to think of it like you got to do the reps, you got to do the training, and then now you're ready for the race,
Absolutely right. Do you ever, when you were in video games and the way they are now, we didn't have them back in the day. You didn't actually get to go to a separate part of the game to where you could just practice.
Right? Shoot. I didn't even know that's a thing. I don't play video games. So, oh shit.
Back in the day, we didn't have practice. We only had
you just jump in.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, the amount of places now that you can practice your video games and practice things you want to do is very vital to what you just said, man. I mean, we just watched Steph Curry dominate the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dominate. And do you think he didn't practice? Do you think he didn't put in hours? Like, if you want to be successful at what you're doing, it's not just defining your craft and I'm spending hours cleaning cars. That's one aspect. That is. But another aspect to it is the amount of time you spend in learning sales, learning marketing, spending the hours.
Yep.
And I recommend listening to podcasts and things that you can put into your subconscious that will come out later. So
100%. Yeah. And then it just becomes like a reflex.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you've got people asking you like, hey, man, can you help me with sales? Because you just literally, it becomes ingrained in your fabric of who you are, So man, this was a good talk. We covered so many bases today.
Yeah. Fun times. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. We found out what you would do if you found a penguin in your freezer. So that's good times. But
man, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. You too. Thanks, Marty. All right. Have a good week.
All right, brother. See you, man.
All right. See you soon. Ciao.